How to protect yourself from real estate wire fraud. It's a real issue in 2019, guys, and it's just getting bigger. I don't want this to happen to anybody you know. So let's talk about it right now. Hey, in this broadcast, we're going to talk about safeguards, how to protect yourself from real estate wire fraud. And if you're new to me, I am Susan Thetford. I'm a realtor with Parks Properties here in the Nashville, Tennessee area. My passion is to help you make sense of a very complicated real estate world that we live in today. If you're new to my channel, I invite you to please subscribe right down below, like this video, and share it out to anyone you know who is thinking of buying or selling a home. It is important information regardless of where they live. And when you subscribe to my channel, you will get a notification every time I drop a new video, which is weekly. I'd hate for you to miss a thing. So the terms phishing and hacking and wire fraud sound a little bit scary, and they should be. But I want to give you some simple solutions so it doesn't have to be so scary. Now, today in the real estate world, we no longer take a cashier's check. We no longer sit down in front of the closing attorney and meet eye to eye. Today, title companies want you to wire money for your down payment and closing costs to their bank account directly rather than bringing in a cashier's check. They also wire proceeds to sellers directly to their bank accounts rather than hand a cashier's check. And that, my friends, is what makes real estate such prime fishing grounds for the creepwads that are out there in the world today. How much of a problem is this? The FBI said in 2018 there was a 136% increase in the phishing fraudulent scams that occurred in the real estate industry. That's a huge increase. It was a $12 billion theft of people's money, just like you and I. What makes it particularly scary is that it happens in a really vulnerable time for buyers and sellers, for those of us who are in pretty much emotional state when you're getting ready to buy and sell a home, and you are super busy with family, with packing, with all the plans of a move, which makes us often a little less diligent than we would normally be. So imagine this. You have found your dream home in Nashville, Tennessee. You've negotiated the contract, you've gone through the inspections, you have done everything you can do, and you're just waiting for the closing. You're at home, you're packing, you've schlepped the kids off to somewhere so that they can not be there for the day of closing, you fixed the dog, you've done everything, and you get wiring instructions from your lender or your title company, you think. Those wiring instructions say, hey, we're super excited, the closing is tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Need you to wire your money by 10 a.m. And here are the wiring instructions. They give you the wiring instructions to the account that you're supposed to wire the money to. Okay, you do it. You call your bank, you wire the money. Now all you've got to do is show up for the closing. You show up for the closing at 2, and someone asks you, we don't have the money yet. Have you wired the money? You panic. Yes, you've wired the money. I did it yesterday from the bank. You call the bank. The bank says, yeah, the money's gone. Your heart sinks. The money is gone. It is somewhere overseas, but not in the account of your title company. It's gone. And here's the particularly horrible thing about that. The FBI can do nothing about it because it's overseas. Your bank does not insure that money. You're out. Life savings. I personally know of one really heartbreaking situation where it was an older lady. She was selling her home to cute young buyers. She was happy for them and of course emotional for leaving the family home that she's been in for 30 years. She received about 2 weeks prior to the closing letters and phone calls from the title company that was handling the closing of her home. The conversations back and forth, she was comfortable with them. The day before closing, she got an email from that same company asking where do they want her to send? Where do they want the proceeds of her sale to be sent? Give me the wiring instructions for your bank. We'll take care of it. Not a problem. You know the rest of that story. She gave it to them. She trusted them. She'd been talking to them for quite some time. But what in fact had happened is that she wasn't talking to a title company at all. So how does all this work? How do hackers get this information? Hackers are expert fishermen. They can watch through access on websites to see the things that people are looking for and searching. They watch emails. Once they hack into your email account, they can watch everything that happens. And we are all pretty predictable people. When you're buying a home, you are probably searching for furniture. You have a lot of things back and forth with your title company, asking questions. You have a lot of things with your realtor. They are watching what you're saying, and then what they do is they will grab the information, the headers and the signatures of title companies, of attorneys, of realtors. They will grab those, copy them implicitly, perfectly, so the eye doesn't really notice a difference in that letterhead, and then they write to you whatever they want you to know, and they ask you whatever questions they want to ask, because you think it's on the up and up and that you're talking to the right person. It's a horrible, horrible way to live. So they copy letterhead, send you letters weeks at a time, possibly put in a bogus phone number and say, if you ever need me, call me directly. So you call Sally Smith directly. Sally Smith is hacker number 3. Sally Smith, you talk, they get your confidence, you now believe what they say, and that money's out the door on its way to Nigeria. Okay, have I scared you enough? Now let me make it very simple, because it's not hard at all to stop them in their tracks. And you know what it takes? A simple phone call. Every time you've got to give out pertinent information, bank account information, deposit information, anything of value, pick up the telephone and call the person that you think you need to be talking to. Now, that's not Sally Smith's cell phone number, even if she gave you her private cell phone number, even if she ingratiated herself into you. No, you called the phone number on the letterhead after you've looked it up to verify it through Google. Call the main company and ask for that person. Many times you may find that that person's not employed with them. What a shock. But verify everything before you give out any pertinent information. So when this sweet lady who lost her life savings, when the money was not deposited into her account from the sale of the closing, had she picked up the phone and called ABC Title Company directly and asked for Sally Smith directly, she would have been told they don't have a Sally Smith. If you can verify, and you can, by picking up the telephone and verifying through the company, not through anybody's cell numbers, this can't happen. And even after, and many times title companies will call you to verify and you speak voice to voice, but just dot your T's, cross your I's, pick up the phone, make the call verification. It's an extra simple step that will save you hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially. Phishing, wire fraud is a massive business, but all it takes is a phone call and you will never get caught. Take the time, make the extra phone call. So how simple is that? A simple conversation can remedy so many problems. Like in life, right? I am Susanthetford with Parks Properties. Please, I invite you, subscribe to my channel if this is information that you find valuable. And if I can help you in any way here in the Nashville, Tennessee area with your real estate needs, I look forward to meeting you and serving you any way I can.